Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your April 30th, 2022 New Moon, Black Moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This is going to be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. What's so interesting, the imagery that's coming forward, Libra, is an arrangement of flowers. Now, I don't know if you're arranging flowers right now or looking at a vase of flowers or something to that effect, or just looking at flowers in and of themselves. But there's a sense of, I want more beauty in my life. I want more beauty. I want it to be calmer and quieter and more in tune with who I am. That's coming through very powerfully, very calmly too. So there's an energy here of quiet that needs to be embraced. There's also an energy of femininity, which, I mean, it doesn't matter how we identify ourselves. There is this energy of just a calmer, gentler. I just see flowing curtains, like those lace curtains, and it's just like a gentle, feminine touch, but it's within nature, and so that's just very interesting. Okay, so let's look at the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Ace of Wands. So what I'm seeing here, it's so funny because I'm seeing the sun outshining this little tiny moon, right? And that's the first thing that came to notice. And the thing with the moon is that the moon, and that's why the femininity came up. The moon connects us with our quote unquote feminine side, but the moon in astrology, when we look at our moon sign, that is the part of us that we see. That's like kind of how we would define ourselves. The sun is what the rest of the world sees. And so we're kind of in a bit of a balance, not a balance. We're trying to find a balance between what the world sees and what we want. And we need to plant seeds for ourselves to combine the two. It's like letting both shine. Our chakra energy and angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading, this one right here, is dreams. This is our third eye chakra. And it's telling us that a lot of messages, a lot of insights, a lot of what we're desiring, or what we desire, but also what we are desiring right now is going to become much more clear and much more profoundly stated through our dreams. So there's an energy here, of needing to let ourselves dream, of needing to let ourselves think bigger, an opening of the third eye chakra, an opening of ourselves. Now before we dive into the tarot, let us talk about the moon. So this moon is on the 30th of April. It's a new moon. It's in Taurus. It is a black moon, which means that it is the second new moon in a calendar year. And this hasn't happened since August 2020. So this is rare, but I also see this as us coming to an end of a cycle, us coming to an awareness that we hadn't had before. We lived through, 2020 and 2021, and now we're in 2022, very different than the way that we went into it. that we began this cycle. The new moon in Taurus has us needing stability, has us needing structure, and that's why the side that is presented to the world comes out so strongly. And yet we're not satisfied with it because we're not connecting with what we want internally. So there's that battle here coming forward. This is an immensely emotional time because it's also a lunar eclipse. So there's this energy coming forward of emotional fragility, but it's just emotionally connected in a way that makes us feel fragile, makes us feel overwhelmed because we're living so within ourselves, are so powerfully connected to the world that it feels overwhelming. We're going to be looking at things that bring us to our breaking point, that we would rather kind of sweep under the rug and not focus on. And yet, if we run away from it, we run away from who we are, and Spirit's saying, stop. We want stability, and yet we are unsatisfied. We're seeking a part of our life that is changing, but that has changed, but links us to our self-respect, to what we desire, to us, just us. It's coming through loud and clear. Accepting ourselves and who we are makes it easier for us to find peace and to find tranquility, which is just going to be common sense, right? But with this moon, it's like saying, this is who I am. It brings us peace. It brings tranquility. It lets us connect this to the world in a way that's easier, in a way that's more beautiful to us. So let's look at what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. So we have the High Priestess. We have the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Gemini energy coming forward, Libra. We have Mars energy coming forward, which is funny because, was it Mars? I believe it was Mars that once ruled Scorpio, if I'm correct. I don't know why that's coming forward. I know Pluto rules it now, but that's very interesting. Okay. Then we have the Emperor, which is ruled by Mars. That's also Aries energy. Our past new moon was in Aries. The Four of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, Libra. That's us coming through. And the Two of Cups. So the interesting thing here is that we're seeing beyond the veil. We're seeing beyond what was originally put right in front of our face. So there's a sense of I'm going deeper and I'm going deeper. And this is what this moon brings to us. It brings to us a sense of the unseen, of the unknown, of a connection with ourselves and what we desire that we hadn't known we wanted or we hadn't known we needed. And as that comes forward, we're embracing what we are passionate about. And again, strong feminine energy coming forward, which I wouldn't expect to see, anywhere else, right? This started off with very strong feminine energy. It's balanced also by very strong masculine energy, which is what we're having a bit of a difficulty finding the balance with. And we're all about, Libra, we're all about balance. We need that balance in our lives to feel like ourselves. So there's an energy of passion and brilliance and insight and understanding that is coming forward. There's a sense of a new dawn and a new day. There is someone who hands us a flower, who hands us a gift. It's going to be something, it's a dried flower found in a book, or, it's something like that where it's just the littlest gesture and it's a surprise gesture, but it brings a smile and it calms us, it centers us, it focuses us. It's going to be like it's taking us out of the whirlwind of our mind and putting us right in the present. And that's going to be important because it's like, oh, wow, I didn't expect that. And as we embrace the present moment, as we stand more and more in who we are and what we want and what we're desiring and what we're looking for, there's a sense of a duality coming forward. There's a sense of, well, it isn't all black or white. It isn't, white page, black print. Everything is going to be crystal clear. It is a duality and an insight. There's also strong Gemini energy coming forward. Gemini is ruled by the lovers, or represented by the lovers in the major arcana. And there's a sense of, by embracing the duality of what's coming forward or the energy that's around me, I am also embracing what I love. I am also stepping into who I am. But I need to see both faces, because if I pick one over the other, I mask a part of me. So that's coming through very, very, very profoundly, because I'm just seeing one mask. It's kind of like, it's like the Phantom of the Opera. I'm just seeing more Victoria vibes. So take that as that may. relate to you because I don't know how exactly. Yeah, okay. So there's that energy coming forward here. And there's also a sense of I need to be who I am. I need to embrace what I want in my life. And again, it might be contradictory, but it is also beautiful. So understanding that is going to be important, but also understanding the duality, the asking questions, the diving deeper, air sign energy. We just have a lot of questions coming forward. It brings us to Mars. It's going to be so easy to want to fight everything. It's just like this can make us, because we feel so vulnerable, because we feel like we're, like it's so much more than what we want to deal with. It makes us more aggressive, more like, okay, I'm going to fight this, like, or I'm not going to let this flow. I'm not going to open up naturally to what I want. So that energy also comes forward. There's also an energy here of, it's so interesting because it's being the general of what we want. It is seeing what we desire, but it is also saying, I have every right to stand. I have every right to, kind of take up space within my world, because there's a sense of for some of us wanting to be invisible or not feeling seen or not feeling heard. And there's a strong connection here with patriarchal energy, with someone saying you are seen and your voice is powerful, but it is also a release of what we felt, wasn't seeing us. I just feel like this is a person in our lives. And again, masculine energy coming forward. Now this person can have been passed, all right? They can be passed. But what I'm seeing is a person coming forward in our lives one way or another. So just know that it could be a sign, like if we hear a song playing or we see something or we smell, something that reminds us of this person. They're letting us know, I'm right here with you. With Taurus, with this Emperor energy and this Taurus new moon, they're trying to ground you in the right now, because they know that it's a little bit wobbly, right? They might be a little bit more blunt, a little bit more, curt and to the point than you want them to be. But they're also saying, like, it doesn't always have to be a battle. It doesn't always have to be like this hard, They're trying to make it easier. And you might think they're trying to take over, but they're trying to make it easier. And it brings us, to the place of the Four of Cups. The Three Cups sit there. They're what we're used to seeing. Another gift is coming in, and it's like, oh, but what about this? What about this beauty? What about this serenity? What about this gift coming forward that's going to take us out of the whirlwind and the chaos, and it leads us to the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of wealth, handing us a gift that moves us to the next level. Like I just see this as like a video game. You're leveling up, and it moves us to this place of planting the seeds of prosperity, knowing what it is that we want, looking at what we desire. And as we do so, we step into us, because we're getting that gift. And it's like, well, why can't I? That's exactly what we're saying. Why can't I? And we start to find that balance, and it brings us into balance. That feminine, masculine energy that was out of balance before, now we're embracing it with unity and love and healing. And it brings us to a place of power and insight and an identity. So let's go deeper into the moon. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Yeah, bring love into the situation. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, goodness. So, of course, it fell right on the floor. So you guys get to hear my squeaky floor, which every now and then likes to be a player in this game. And we have the full moon in Aries. So again, remember, the new moon was in Aries. Now we're having full moon in Aries energy, meaning, and we have Aries coming through right here, meaning that this is illuminating, this sense of passion and power, and saying, like, we don't have to handle everything, like standing where we are is going to be important. To bring love into the situation, a fiery climax approaches. Things become more passionate. Can you see that correctly? Things become more passionate, more intense than we thought it was going to be. The fiery climax is also the sense of passion and insight for ourselves, what we want, but bringing love into the situation, bringing our heart into the situation, and not feeling out of place because of it is going to be a game changer. It brings us then to angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Ooh, and spirit guides right there. The King of Swords and the Five of Swords. So it's so funny that our energy comes forward here as the King of Swords. It is the masculine. It is the highest of the court cards for the swords. And the energy that's coming forward here is cutting through doubts and fears and negativity, is stating what we want and embracing a power of the voice. I just see the voice becoming more booming, the certainty becoming more prevalent. And it's like, this is what I'm saying. This is what I want. This is what I worked for. I'm proud of who I am. And this moon is having us look at ourselves in a new way, in a balanced way, in an insightful way. And we are also, looking at things and kind of cutting through a lot of the nonsense that has been holding us back and tying us back. We're facing a battle that we've been through before, a heartbreak that we've experienced before. We're looking at things now and saying, I'm taking my wins. I'm embracing what I want and what I need and where I need to stand. And as I do so, I'm not apologizing for who I am. I'm facing a battle that, yes, I have fought before, but now I come to it as someone who is confident, as someone who is powerful, as someone who knows that I am a winner. And it brings us then to angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Beauty. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Truth. Okay, spirit saying one more shuffle. Angels. Okay, these two. Blossoming. Darkness. So as we accept the beauty and the complexity of us, and this isn't just for, this seems like a very feminine reading or only talking to women, but what this is a sense of, I need to come into balance with myself. And it doesn't matter who we are, how we identify. It matters that we are at harmony. And so here, the beauty is being spoken through our nature, through what we desire, through what we're looking for in ourselves, but just also through, the natural world, the natural sense of our being. And it's embracing what we are standing for, where we want to stand, what we are seeking and discovering and becoming within ourselves. And we have to trust that we are protected. We have to trust that there's more here than meets the eye. We have to trust that we are seen. That is also something that's very important here. Being seen, being seen, being seen. There's almost a sense of, I've been so worried about everybody else being balanced or everything else being balanced. I haven't had balance within myself. And it brings us to a blossoming of what we want, a blossoming of what we desire, a blossoming of us, into us, and opening up. And the darkness brings a lot of light. The darkness brings a lot of insight. And it's like through the quiet, through the darkness, I see what I want for myself. And this is going to be a time where during this new moon, during this black moon, we let in the quiet, we let in the shadows. And we see that they're not scary. There's beauty, there's art, there's elegance and eloquence to what was once overwhelming to us. It brings us to angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. The King of Wands, the Ace of Cups, angels and spirit guides. The Hermit and the Emperor. So again, strong Aries energy coming forward, that Emperor energy coming forward. There's almost a sense of we can think it's negative. I don't know why toxic masculinity is coming forward, but I don't really like that term at all. But there's a sense here of, I don't want this to be toxic within my life. And it's like, okay, listen, not wanting toxic people is profoundly a good thing. So here it is not embracing power with toxicity, is embracing power with my desire, my want, my need, who I am. And this is just what's coming forward here. So this isn't, isn't getting into anything. Like Spirit wants to say, it's not, it's somebody else's, it's like, don't go down that rabbit hole, is what I'm being told. Don't go down that rabbit hole, which is just funny. So here, there is a real sense of, I'm embracing my power, I'm embracing my voice, I'm embracing what I want, I'm embracing what I need. And as I do so, I'm seeing myself. I am accepting myself. I'm loving who I am. And that is the way that I'm going to rule. It brings us to the King of Wands, which is passion and power and insight. There's real beauty here. Beauty is astoundingly important. Like being inspired, being, serene is going to be something that's actually very powerful for us. It's a game changer. I just see the spattering of paint. I don't know if somebody's painting or, doing a dye or something like that, but there is a sense here of the spatters mean something. Like everything has a meaning. Like the randomness has a meaning. The randomness has a purpose, and it brings us to the Ace of Cups. It brings us to love, and it brings us to beauty, and it brings us to, again, emotions running high because the cup runneth over. There's just a sense of coming together and connecting. We have the two embracing, the male and the female, the sense of I'm coming together within myself, and it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It brings us to the Hermit, and the Hermit is Virgo energy, but it's saying turn inward to what you want. Don't listen to everything else. Listen to what your heart is telling you. Listen to how your soul is guiding you. It brings us to the Moon. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels. It brings us to the full moon in Leo and the full moon in Capricorn. So there's a real spotlight here when it says, don't let pride get in the way, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Don't let your pride take over. Don't make it more complicated than it is. There's a beautiful ending. There's a way that it gets wrapped up. Maybe not as cleanly as we would want it to be, but elegantly and eloquently. There's an end of an issue coming forward. And it's something that we've been battling with. It's something that we feel like we had to fight. There's just an energy here, and it's from the Mars energy, where the temper is just a bit short. And I think that's because, but Spirit is saying it's because we're feeling so much that our temper becomes short. We become more, kind of reactionary to things. So being aware of that is going to be important. It brings us then to angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Oh, goodness. So it brings us to will and growth. Will we grow? There is the question there. And is there the will for growth within us? Within what we want, within what we desire, within what we're looking for? This moon is showing us a will of growth because we are being handed the Ace of Pentacles right near us. And as that comes together, as that growth comes together, we find balance, we heal. And we move things forward in the most powerfully beautiful way we could possibly imagine. Our subconscious Lila message is the full moon in Libra. We are that spotlight coming forward, Libra. It says a win-win outcome is forecast protection. You are more protected than you think. You are more guided than you think. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of, the Queen of Wands. Overly aggressive, manipulative. We have the Queen of Wands right here, right? So we have the Queen of Wands coming forward in a beautiful, beautiful way. But we have the Queen of Wands coming forward in also a negative way. And to acknowledge that we need that balance, because this is taken to the extreme. This is somebody who is vengeful and overly angry and overly aggressive. We need that balance. And this whole reading has been about the balance within ourselves. And that, as a Libra, as we are represented by the scales, we need that balance. We seek that balance. It brings us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is inspiration, the sacral chakra. I need to be inspired. I need to see things differently. There's a real sense of, I feel a dawn within me. I feel an awakening. I feel like there's new light, new inspiration, new beauty around me. And I'm seeing it for the first time in a profound and an unbelievable way. It brings us then to Justice, Libra, which is us coming through once again. We are represented by Justice in the major arcana. We are represented by the Swords in the minor arcana. We come through as the King of Swords, and then we come through as the very essence of ourselves. Justice, balance, harmony, insight, just as we came through as the very essence of ourselves. Libra. We're finding that power. We're embracing that balance. It isn't one or the other. It can't be for a Libra. It just can't be. It needs to be the balance, the beauty, this intricate, gorgeous dance. it is within us. I'm just seeing this free flowing form of movement. It's like air wrapping around each other in the most amazing way. And it's like, if we can find that balance within ourselves, there's a freedom to us that just like, it's breathtaking. It's breathtaking. It moves us to the world. Yeah, that's exactly what Spirit was showing us. It's breathtaking, right? That freedom, that form, the world opens. It opens through a dream, through a fairy tale, through something we think is impossible or print on paper. Doesn't mean much, won't translate into my real world, but it will. And it's beautiful, and it's exquisite, and it's more than we imagined it could be. And it brings us then to the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is patience. Is patience. Every flower blooms in their own time. Everything is coming together. The hard work, the effort, the sacrifice, the living is not unnoticed. Be patient. Because the reward is, again, exquisite. But the reward, a lot of times in the tarot you can see where like the outside world comes in and it dances around you, it dances around you. Here this is dancing within you. It's the inside world. And people will come up and they will look at things, they'll make you doubt things or make you angry or like, have you saying, oh, what does that person know type of deal. But this is all within. What are we internalizing during this moon? Because it is amplified and amplified until we get to the full moon on the 16th. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this time, of ourselves, and of the energy that is just a part of us. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra, and may you have a blessed moon.